Yeah, I can see it, yeah. Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about compassion on World Kindness Day. Compassion and kindness and compassion are both related. In fact, they're sisters. You can call them twins. Okay. Yeah, they're sisters. I'm sorry. I really have a problem with this. Okay. Yeah. They are sisters, but not twins. One you can buy, and the other is priceless. A kind gesture can reach a wound, but compassion can heal. Now, compassion is something that is used very loosely. People say that, oh, I feel compassionate, I feel compassionate. No, you're not feeling compassionate. What you're feeling is empathy, because compassion is something that takes action to relieve the suffering of others. Empathy is something that you feel at that moment and it goes away. So the purpose of my talk today is for all of you to feel compassion and take action. Now, compassion is that dynamic, creative energy source. In that energy source, in that space, the divine exists. Believe me, the divine energy exists. The universe kind of aligns itself to make things happen. You feel a kind of joy that is beyond happiness. Happiness you get from your children, your accomplishments, your materialism. But this joy that you feel from compassion is a high. It's addicting. If you haven't experienced it, give it a chance. Just try it. I was addicted 22 years ago when I founded Home of Hope, short for, it's abbreviated as HOH, and I'm still high. And I'm still high, believe me, because this was based on the compassionate action energy of compassion. And HOH has one goal, and that goal is to empower the disadvantaged child to become a self-sustaining citizen of tomorrow. How do we do it? Well, we partner with existing struggling orphanages and schools and implement programs focusing on education, vocational training, and most recently, English empowerment. I also want to add that HOH symbolizes pure volunteerism. Everybody is a volunteer. We have no admin staff. I don't even have an office. It's the trunk of my car. We have a zero overhead because our personal donations far exceed our minimal expenses in the organization. But I'm very proud to say, in 22 years, we have partnered and helped over 20 projects all over India. We've empowered over 100,000 children. And also, we've recently in 2020 partnered with a California-based 501c charity and funded scholarships. And we've impacted a country like India with a population of over 1 billion people in the area of the mentally challenged and in the mental health. And we've implemented national laws. Now you must be wondering how a little unknown charity that doesn't even have an office, how can we do something like that? You know what? It's the magic of compassion. That's what it is, the impact of compassion. Now, HOH consists of thousands and thousands of magical stories. And I'm going to only share two stories. And I'm going to share two stories and I'm going to show you where compassion doesn't even have an age. Age is no bar in compassion. So the first story I'm going to share with you is this 8th grader. His name is Alok Bhavan. Now he is from Delhi. From his classroom, he looked at this peanut seller who had a mentally challenged child, and this poor peanut seller was trying to sell peanuts, but the mentally challenged child was running in traffic, so he was really struggling. So this little boy felt empathy. He realized in India, to be poor is a challenge. What happens if your child is mentally challenged? You lock them up and go to work, or you bring them to work and you struggle, and they could get knocked down in traffic. So he felt empathy. But no, that empathy changed to compassion. So what did he do? Well, he started a daycare center for mentally challenged children in Delhi, and he called it Manovikas. It was in year 2000, I met him. He was a young boy. At that time, Manovikas was a hole in the wall, a dingy in the basement smelling of urinal. So HOH, we partnered with it, co-created and funded programs. Long story short, today, Manovikas is a reputable institution in Delhi. It is a training center for caretakers, special educators, master trainers of autism. It's the first community college for the special children, and it's got a special computer lab, not an ordinary computer lab, but the ACE computer lab. Ariman Center of Excellence, that's in the memory of my nephew. This lab offers skill development courses recognized by CBC, Central Board of Secondary Education, and the All India Council of Education in India for the first time in India. It doesn't stop there. Manovikas lobbied with the Indian government, and in 2016, the 2016 Disability Act law was passed which mandates 1% job reservation for people who are intellectually disabled. 2.1% of India's population has intellectual developmental disability. India has about 235,000. Manovikas has about 4,500 in 17 years. This law, the Disability Act Law of 2016, is a revolutionary breakthrough, a quantum leap milestone for the mentally challenged population in India. So what does this all mean? Well, when you walk into a fast food store, fast food restaurant like Haldiram, you'll see a special child there, a special young adult there, who will be a waiter, who will take your order. And there you'll go, you'll meet my friend Gaurav there. 10 years ago, these children, their only future was to be candle makers and agarbatti makers because of their hand movement. That's what has happened. So let's reflect back at that little boy who looked out of his window at that peanut seller, okay? He felt empathy. He could have just felt empathy and said, okay, fine. But that empathy turned to compassion. Then what happened? There was a divine order. Summoned to HOH. Call us catalysts, facilitators, enablers, whatever you want. Look what happened. It was magic. Call it magic, call it whatever you want. This is the impact of compassion. So that was my story number 1. Now I'm going to story number 2. This is 13-year-old Gurbaz. He's part of our youth chapter. So he visited our project Mijwa village as part of our English empowerment program to teach these village girls English through a game of soccer. He went there and he was horrified that these village girls had no shoes. So what did he do? He felt empathy. He also could have just said, oh, okay, so sorry, you don't have shoes. He did something about it. He raised money and bought tennis shoes for all the village girls. It didn't stop there. He created an outdoor badminton court in the village. Never heard about an Indian village with a badminton court. It didn't stop there. In 2018, we raised funds for an indoor badminton court. We got seed donations from a lot of our donors. And today we have an indoor badminton court. And the girls are winning medals. And you won't believe it. 10 years ago, these girls in the village, they could not even speak. They didn't even have the confidence. Today, they're wearing shorts. They're winning, medals, and they are so confident. And the parents would not even let these girls join. Now they're standing in line, and they want their girls and boys to join. To join our courses. And today the girls of Mijwa are role models for every village girl in India. And I have to explain this. This Mijwa village is a nidus, and it has empowered the surrounding 40 villages. Today Gurbaz is 22 years old. He's a major business degree from Cal Poly in California. And he's still, from his work, even from his dorm room, he supervises all the activities that is happening in Mijwa village. And his dream is to expand the indoor badminton court, have a gallery, and lease it so that it becomes self-sustaining. And he really feels there's such a potential in India, in Indian villages, that one day we can really be there, out there, and win all the medals in the Olympics. And he thinks the best medals can come from the Indian villages. And so the reason I shared these 2 stories with you is for you guys just to take action and just try and get into the space of compassion, because when you are in the space of compassion, you will realize this space is limitless. You won't even understand your own potential, because in this space there is no limit. It's boundless. It's borderless. It's just an amazing space. And then compassion becomes a driving force. And it's not only in your job, it's even in your life. Even in your life. If your intention comes from a place of compassion and kindness, you will really see the divine will assist you. Even if you don't believe in God, it's all right. Believe in the universe. The universe aligns and helps you, and things kind of fall in place. I mean, look at us, HOH. We're such a small little organization, but things happen to us so effortlessly. And I will tell you, the impact has been because of compassion. And yes, all of us cannot maybe start an organization or make an indoor badminton court and change the laws of India, but start with helping us. We are the unsung heroes. Start with helping us. There's so many of us out there. Just try and help us. And I also say, don't believe us. Check us out. Vet us. Go check out Manovikas. Go check out Mijwaga. Go check us out. and help us, because you guys have the funds and we will do the work. We are your foot soldiers. And all of us here under this platform of kindness can really make a difference. And let's not just make it just a one-day thing like empathy. Just forget about it. Just make it compassion. Let's continue this action. And let's make this world a better place. Thank you very much.